Hi everyone, my name's Steve. I'm coming to you from Art for Everyone, and in this video I'm going to show you how we're going to make our little Rudolph character, which you will find in your Xmas Trio kit. I've done the little penguin, here's penguin, and we've done the snowman, here's snowman, and now we're going to do Rudolph. So I'd say Rudolph's probably the most complex of the characters that we've got in this kit, but I'm sure you'll be fine. We'll do it step by step and see how we get on. So in this one, I think we're going to start off with, instead of starting off with the body, we're going to start off with the little boots here, yeah? So, if you go down to the front of the pack here, underneath the blue and the green there, you'll find the lilac colour here. So we're going to break that into two pieces here. We've got two tubes each, and each one of these, so two tubes equals one boot. So like with all the others, you need to soften it up first. It is easier if it's warmed up, so give it a warm up on the radiator or something, and you'll find it easier then. So we're just softening that up like this. That's about right. And we've got just a little ball like that, and I'm just gonna roll it. You could, I suppose, roll it on the table, whatever you're working on, just to make a little tube like this. And now I'm just going to just pull up one end like that. So like and then just at the front there, I'm just gonna kind of shape it really into a bit more of a boot shape. So we're just designing our little boots here, which that's coming along nicely. Little boot there. The trick is then to try and do the other one the same, so we'll try doing that, having a look at that and try and get it. Let's do the same here, give it a little roll first. So again, we'll just right that up, and then a bit of shaping again. So, you know, don't worry about getting, you know, it looking perfect. You know, it's a little boot. You don't, and you could make, you know, it doesn't have to look exactly like mine. How's that looking for both the same? They're looking pretty good. Now what you can do as well is give them a little tap, which just literally flattens the bottom of their little boots there. So, and you can shape them once they're together there as well, just having a look at them and seeing how they look good. Yeah, we're happy with those. Okay, so we're just going to leave those. I'll leave them next to there. Okay, and we're going to go on to the body. So with the body, we've got these squares all cut again, 4 tubes in each square, and we're going to use 6 of the squares. Yeah, now I think this is a bit harder than some. Yep, mine's still pretty cold, so it's going to take a little bit more squishing and squashing. May as well get that one going as well. Double. So yeah, we'll just take a bit of time getting this softened up a bit. Definitely could do with a bit of time on the radiator, I think, this one. But it's getting there, it's getting there. This is actually what the same plasticine that professional animators use. So, you know, it's got to be quite, it's got to be, it can't be too soft like Play-Doh, because it wouldn't work then in animation. So yeah, it's a bit harder to work with, but it's worth it, I think. So let's get that all together now. Dum dum dum. If you've got an adult there that could give you a hand with just this bit, that might be good. Or, like I say, pause me for a minute, put it on the radiator if you've got the radiators on, and let it warm up a bit. You'll find it a lot easier. Okay, it's coming along now. The good thing is, if I'm going a bit too fast, you can always pause the video and you can sort of catch up. Right, so now the shape we're going for here is a bit like a sort of pear shape, and just working around. It's kind of, and then what I want to do is I'm going to make these little, see, he's got little stumpy little legs like that. Now how I'm going to do those is just at the bottom there, do a little pinch. It's quite hard because it's quite firm, this dark plasticine, but just give it a go. Just starting to get, you know, take your time, there's no rush. And I'm just pressing, just getting these. Then you can sort of put your finger down to a shape there. Could use a pencil, maybe, might be good to kind of just roll there. So we're getting, definitely getting a shape together now. Yep, I think we're nearly there, you know. But yeah, so hopefully something like that, yeah. Now, in your little bag which came in the box, there's some wires. You've got that thicker wire. Hopefully you've held on to that for when you were doing the other models. So that's good for like doing the detail and stuff. But there's a couple of these medium gauged wires, and what we're going to do with those is put them into the boots, into the heel there. So I've got my little boot now like that. I'm just going to put into the heel, put the other one in as well, and press, like if you put it on the table and then press until it hits the table, yeah? So it's gone down to the soles. Now what we want to do, let's just move him out of the way for a second, is decide where the front is. I think that needs a bit more smoothing. I think that's, what is that? I think that's the front. So you're happy with that. So then we keeping the boot on the table like that, and then just push down. And he's got his boot on, and then we'll push, same with the other one. If it comes out the side or something, just take it out and try again. And then once you've got like this, probably a bit uneven, so mine's definitely like it's falling over, so just kind of hold it and just get it balanced and give it a little tap like that, and you've got nice and steady. Those wires just, you know, give the strength to the legs so that you can do that, and that's quite stable. So we've got the little legs, he's got his little boots on. I think yeah, we'll do the arms next, yeah. So like this, and then up the top again it's a thing of pinching, so pinch, it's quite hard, see there, and then you pinch it top to bottom like that, and then sides again, and just like so, see, like this, and then you've got that side there. Then I'm going to give that a good pinch, and we get the other arm. So get those kind of similar. He's kind of like, obviously like a character Rudolph, because he's standing up and he's got little arms. He's not on all fours like you'd find a reindeer normally, cartoon reindeer. So something like that. Now you can, we've got this tube of black. There's only, you know, one small tube of black, but actually that's enough for the little pupils in the eyes. We used it the beginning for the penguin, just for his eyes there. We used a little bit for the snowman for his buttons and his eyes, and now we're just going to use about half there, so we've still got half left, so that's plenty for Rudolph's eyes there, just for the pupils. But we're going to use this little bit here, going to now break that in half, and we're just going to use that to put little, you see that, little hooves on the end there of his hand. So we'll just soften that, pressing it, and then we'll push those on to the end of his arms there. Just push them on like so, and the other one, like so, yeah. And then you can use that medium wire. I'm just going to use that to shape a little bit like that, and a little bit like that. So it's got a little hoof like that. Excuse me. Okay, hope I'm not getting a cold. Okay, he's got his little arms like this now, yeah? Now, the next thing is to do his belly. So I've given you 3 of these, this stone colour, they call that stone colour. I think, yeah, we'll use 2. 2 for this like fur here on front of his belly, and then we've got a little bit just for a little bit of his hair there on the top. So get those 2 tubes here, give him a good squish and a squash again. Got a creaky table here. I think in the other videos I said I would have some sort of Christmassy music playing, but I wasn't sure about copyright of then me uploading it and then it getting taken down because I didn't have permission. I don't want to get in trouble, do I, for playing music that I shouldn't have been. So I'm just pressing this out, making it nice and flat, and we're going to put that onto the front of the belly. Do, do, do. Din, din, diddle, din, 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 diddle, din, 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 din. So something like that. We'll just see what that's looking like. The size, yep, looking good. So see, I just measured that up like that, and then just press it on. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Now I must admit, he did look a bit like a bear, or he can look a bit like a bear, until I think it's when you put the antlers on and the red nose, he definitely then becomes Rudolph. But I've just pressed that on, you see, around the edge as well. Now, something you can do as well, can you see on there, he's got kind of the fur. Now you could go over the whole thing like that if you've, well, hopefully you will have time. I'm not going to do it in a bit, but I am going to just do the front of, so just using this wire, going all over here. You can do it on the edge as well, just kind of blend. Let's see that little detail there. That's fine. That's good. But yeah, you could go over the whole thing and make him all sort of furry. Dun, 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 dun. Maybe I'll do one like that and upload it. So on the postcard you find in your box as well, there's the address of my Instagram and my Facebook page, and on the Facebook page there'll be a Christmas 2022. So if you wanted to post, there'll be a group, so you can request to join and you could upload what you've made there, and if you wanted me, I could share it on my page as well. I'd love to do that, to show all the followers that I've got following the page, to show people what you guys have made. I do really love seeing what people have made and hearing how you got on. So you can see it's given like fur there, like contrasting. So that's looking good, if I do say so myself. Just pop him there, and then we've got 2 of the squares for the head. So again, we're gonna give that a squash. Do, 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 do. Squashing up nicely. Coming together slowly. It can take a, take a little bit, it's just moving it about, heating it up a bit. And yeah, do warm it up a bit if you need to. find it a lot easier. These aren't so long out of my studio stroke shed, so it's pretty cold in there. So with this one I'm making a kind of a pear shape again. You can see it's like, but I'm going to kind of do like the front of, you see it's like that. So that's what I'm looking for. The nice thing is, no matter how, you know, when you're doing these, they always turn out slightly different. So they all always have their own little character, which I love that. So yours will have its own character, I'm sure. So see that starting to now. What I'm going to do is, I think I'll make the eyes. So using the thicker wire, I'm going to do eye sockets on this one. So you press in like that. You just kind of wiggle like that. We'll do another one. Like that. So I've got 2 holes there. And then with the white, don't forget to just clean your fingers off, because the colours can get onto your fingers, and especially if you're using white it can dull it. So just give that a little squidge in, and then we're going to pick off a little bit for an eyeball. Check the size, you know, if it's too big just pick a little bit off. That one just fitted in nice. Pick off another little bit like so. Is it the right size? It's pretty good. 2. Now we'll do that. I've got a little bit of, tiny bit of black, which I picked off earlier, and again, just, I find if you get quite a small pupil, it kind of makes it quite a funny little, like kind of a shocked, like so another little bit there. See, like this, it's definitely, see what I mean, it doesn't really look like a deer at the moment. Now up the top there, I'm gonna pick, just pinch like this, see, and just to pinch to make little ears. So then I just shape them into sort of leaf shape, and I'll do the same here. And then it will be a question of see, it's got the ridges in and stuff. So I'm just going to take a bit of time to flatten that back down and smooth it like so. It doesn't matter too much about that, because I'll have that bit of the stone colour for the hair, but I'm quite happy with that. In fact, I might get a bit of this stone colour, probably only half of that again as well. Squash this up, and we will. Now to do this, I just kind of get the little stone colour and just kind of pinch out little bits, so it's like little tufts of hair. Dum dum dum. Dum 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 dum. That's kind of like this. Put that in the middle. Like that. And then in your little bag there's little tiny thin wires. I'm going to use little thin wire to just to make the hair, to like do the texture of hair. There we go, it seems to be working. Oh, pulled off a bit there. It's fine. So, yeah. Okay, still looking, it's definitely once you put on, well, I think it's the antlers and the, looking quite strange there at the moment. Now in your little bag there's a tiny bit of red there, and we're going to squash that. And I don't think you need all of it, the red. I'm going to use about half of that. You can estimate it how, you know, if it looks too big, take it off and make it a bit smaller. So I've got a little bit like that. Let's see, does that make him look, yeah. It's funny, once you put on a nose, I think it sort of starts suddenly. And then we can use the thicker wire to make a kind of, well, to make the mouth. I'm going to do a little smiley like that, and a couple of nostrils. 1, 2. Okay, now with these little thin wires, this is quite a tricky little bit. We're going to just put these just next to the ear, about, see, like that, halfway in. Get another one, halfway in, a little bit more. Now we've got a light brown in there. Now I put 2 tubes in, so you've got plenty, but probably 1 tube would be fine. So I'm just going to soften it up again and kind of making an antler type of shape. So what I do, I'm making a little tube like that, and then I'm just on one end, I'm going to kind of pinch off a bit like that, see there, and pinch off another bit going like that, and then try and pinch off a tiny bit going off one of those. Gets a bit fiddly, like that, see that? Once I'm sort of happy with that, you can put that over onto the little wire there like this. See, and he's definitely starting to look like a reindeer now. So again, just pinch off like that. Another one, and then a little pinch off the side of that. Bit fiddly, but we got there. And we do the same. We put that on. I think you definitely will need only 1 tube for that. This is antlers. Now I think I'll just clean the fingers off a bit. I think before I put the head on, I'm going to do the scarf. So you've got blue and green. Now I'm going to use, I've got other colours from the other projects as well. So I've got a bit of this lilac colour. I've still got orange. We can maybe do something with that later. But so I think I'm going to give him, this one's got a blue scarf, so with green stripes. So I'll give this one a green scarf with blue stripes. So that's nice and soft, this light green. Not sure what order you've made these in, so maybe you haven't done the scarf for the snowman yet. So what we do is soften it up and we just roll it into a long sort of snake. Let's go a little bit more. A little bit more. That should be fine, like this. And then you press along. 1, 2, which flattens it out and also sort of makes it longer. Boom, boom, boom. Like this. See, it's flattened. Now, you could, you know, I've done this one like with little stripes, and how you do that. In fact, why not? Why don't I go for orange? I've got this orange left from Mr. Penguin there. You've got the blue. You might have lilac left over as well. But so this way we can, you know, have a bit of put orange spin on it. But I was going to say you could have the little stripes, or you could take off little tiny bits, roll into little bit, and make a spotted scarf. In fact, maybe I'll do that. I'll do a little. So I'm literally just and then rolling, and I'll just press them on. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Nice spotty scarf for Rudolph. Now, I think in the professionally made videos, this is where they'd probably speed this bit up, wouldn't they? But I think it's quite nice to have real time, because you can be following on progressing at the same speed as me. So who needs video editing? Maybe when I get better. Quite new to that. So before, when I've done these for a couple of years, these little videos and kits, and before I had a private Facebook group which I put the videos in that, but I thought, you know, not everyone has a Facebook group, so, or a Facebook page I should say, so YouTube is kind of more accessible. Okay, spotty scarf coming up. That's looking good. You can see there. And as I say, you could use the blue or whatever you got left. You could do other little, you could put stripes as well, you know, do your own thing with it. So I'm going to put that around his neck like that at the top. I've done this before I put the head on because I think it probably be easier. So I've got that on like that, and then with this, the middle gauge wire, put that into the middle of the shoulders there, pushing down like so. Get his head. Let's have a little look at you. Yeah, he hasn't got much of a neck. That's fine. Push that on. Push it down. And I think that looks pretty good. He's got a nice smart scarf. He's giving a wave. Yeah, do check out my Facebook page, follow me there, subscribe here. I'm not used to saying that, subscribe, but if you'd like to subscribe, I should be doing more videos for the kits, and also just you know, just things that I'm going to be making as well. So it won't all be Plasticine. So yeah, do subscribe, and then you'll get notifications for new stuff that I'm doing. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it, getting into the Christmas spirit, and I'll see you again soon, hopefully. All the best. Goodbye.